I don't want to finish this journey because I am loving Harry Potter. So could this not have been a Netflix series? um, yeah. In all seriousness, I am excited, but I'm also sad because I absolutely do love this franchise. Which is funny. A few months ago, I was wanting to dip my toes in the water and see if I would actually like this franchise. Now we are about to start Deathly Hallows Part 2, the last film in the franchise, and I could say that I am a bit of a big fan, so much so that the other week I decided to go onto a fan site and buy myself a little something because I thought, why not? And this, I've actually got it with me, actually. I mean, I think some people might recognize what it is, but I nearly fell over. Best house in Hogwarts. Changed my mind. Yeah, I had to get myself that, and the plan was to come into this reaction wearing this because, yeah. But yes, hello everyone. Liam Caddison here, and this is it. This is the last film in the franchise, I guess, because, well, I'll go into that in a bit because I've got some announcements to make. But yes, I mean, I came into Deathly Hallows Part 1 scared, and I had every right to be with what came about. With Dobby's death, for example, and we had a few casualties, and it was very, very testing seeing Hermione, Harry, and Ron's relationships being tested, especially with the Horcrux affecting them. And I'm really scared because this is the last one. This is where everything is pushed to the middle of the table, and we've got certain prophecies still in the air that I'm worried about. We know what the Deathly Hallows entails, and Voldemort has one of them, which was the Elder Wand. So that's great. So I am not nervous whatsoever, which is the biggest lie ever. So yeah, I've got a few announcements to make first. So at the end of this film, I will do my rankings on the best to, I'd say, least favorite movies, because there hasn't been a movie that I have hated. I've loved all of the movies, but some movies will be better than others. So at the end, because I still feel it's a bit unfair to exclude Part 1 from Part 2 in a sense. I don't know. It's just me being me. But at the end, I'm going to give my rankings on my favorite films from favorite to least favorite. So, if you guys want to stick around for my thoughts after the reaction, then you'll check out where I list which film, in terms of first to last. So, yeah. I will also get around to reading the books because I know there's been a plethora of comments asking if I've got any intention on reading the books, and that's always been the plan. I've always had the plan in mind of reading the books. I've always had it planned out that I would eventually get to the books. I'm not sure when, but I will do because I kind of had a feeling that there would be more content involved in the books, but it seems like there's been a lot more than I had anticipated, judging by some people's comments. So, yeah, the plan is that I will read the books at some capacity. I'm not sure if I'm going to do some kind of channel, like something on the channel regarding me reading the books, but I'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And there's also the case of Fantastic Beasts, because I said this is the last film in the franchise-ish, because I know there's Fantastic Beasts, and so what I do for Patreon is that I react to movies. I don't upload all of them onto YouTube, only, I guess, special cases, like a series reaction, like Harry Potter, like I plan to potentially later this year, because I know there's a few franchises that I haven't explored that people love, like Jurassic Park, for example. But yes, every month on Patreon, I react to movies, one, maybe two, if I've got time, three a month. And people basically nominate which films they want me to react to that I haven't seen before, and the vote that is the one with the most votes that gets reacted to. And I wanted to restart that because of course that's been taking a bit of a backseat since I started doing Harry Potter reactions. So I found a middle ground where I could react to Fantastic Beasts, because it's only I think 2 films, but I could react to Fantastic Beasts and continue my movie month thing for the end of August, beginning of September, which is that I'm going to react to the first Fantastic Beasts film in 1 month, which will be next month. If you're watching this on Patreon, it's currently August the 14th. So in September, I'll react to the first one, and in October, I'll react to the second one. So that is the plan for Fantastic Beasts, because I am aware that that those couple of films exist, and they take place somewhere in the Harry Potter timeline. But yeah, I've had a few people questioning me if I'm going to react to those films. So the answer is a huge yes. Yeah, that's basically my announcements. And I just want to close off before we do jump into the reaction by saying a massive thank you to everyone who has enjoyed my Harry Potter reactions, because the love and support has been absolutely astronomical. It's been really beautiful to see a lot of people pour their support in over these last 7 movies. And you know, it was very, very tough, because I didn't think that these reactions would make it onto YouTube, because reacting to movies is a bit more tougher than your average TV shows. So I was worried that if I'm lucky, I would get the first movie up and that would be it. But thankfully, Warner Brothers are a bit lenient. So yeah. But I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has enjoyed my content, whether you stick around or not, like for whatever else I react to in terms of TV shows, and like I said, potentially films, series. It's been an honor to see your love and support flood into the comments sections. I see a lot of people when I publish the abridged reaction onto YouTube, and it warms my heart because there's a lot of wonderful comments. There's actually quite a few activity of Formula 1 comments as well, because I know not a lot of people before the Harry Potter reactions had a mutual interest in Formula 1 like I do. But it was very, very funny to see that. But I digress. Yeah, the support, the love, the kind words, they've meant a lot. And I want to say a huge thank you and send a big heart to the new members of the Cata Crew. So thank you all very much. You are all loved and you are all wonderful people. So thank you very much. But yes, shall we get into this? Because I'm nervous. I'm scared about what could happen. I'm worried for my favourites, especially because, I mean, I've already, in terms of recording, it's August 14th. I cried a bunch yesterday. They were happy tears, though. So I'm worried that I'm going to be crying tears of sadness in this movie. And given how the last couple of movies have gone, the odds are definitely in their favour, isn't it? So, but I'm excited to see how they do close this franchise off, because there is the prospect of Harry and Voldemort. We've got to have that final showdown. I want to know the full beans with Snape, because I still... It's dying. The hope is dying, but I still do have that hope that Snape is double-crossing Voldemort. But it's a dying hope at this moment. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens, as of course there's a few other remaining Horcruxes out there. So yeah, with that said, let's jump into Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Let's go. Dobby. You are an amazing house, well, free elf. Our hero.
But it is a fake. It was placed there this past summer.
And she never suspected it was a fake?
The replica is very convincing. Only a goblin would recognize that this is the true sword of Gryffindor.
Ah.
A Hogwarts professor.
So that's why she
As I
got a
understand
bit
it, he's now
paranoid.
headmaster.
Snape? He put a fake sword in Bellatrix's vault. Why?
There are more than...
I have gold. Lots of it.
I've no interest in gold.
Then what?
So, oh no.
That.
But that's the only
That's
thing...
the price.
Well, it's not the only thing that can destroy the Horcruxes, but... We're a bit on the back end if...
Is he not still?
Well, perhaps not. If you won it from him.
Ooh.
I sense his allegiance has changed.
Yeah, it's like kind of passed on. Oh, that's a salt on the wound in
You
the
talk
rivalry.
about wands as if they have feelings. You can think.
The ones are insulted.
Insist.
Oh no.
Imperium.
Oh my god, that was close.
Very well, Madame Lestrange. If you will follow me.
Well done, Hermione.
That is the worst roller coaster of all time.
Oh no, you look like you again.
Oh!
Up there.
Yep, we found the Horcrux, but we found,
They've added the Gemino curse. Everything you touch will multiply.
yeah.
I said I'd get you in.
Oh my god.
Getting you out.
Grip hook, you son of a bitch!
It's that little git. At least it's still got bog rot.
He just screwed over the guys. Come on, like,
That's unfortunate.
Jesus Christ, Grip hook! What a dick! I was gonna say it would be funny if it crashed through here. There we go! I would just bolt it, dude! You honestly can't get any cooler than that. Under like crappy circumstances, but I have a point.
You can't do that!
Hermione, I can't always help it. Well, maybe I can, I don't know. Never mind what happened. Well, he's angry and scared too. He knows if we find him,
Yeah, he had a face of panic, like, especially in that final vision.
Oh, there's more. One of them's at Hogwarts.
What? You saw it?
I saw the castle and Rowena Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw
It must
thing.
have something to do.
Oh. Oh, dearie me, I bet that was worth it, you little shit. Of course it, like it doesn't stay along with those who are not worthy, I believe.
Have you any idea how dangerous it is?
You're Aberforth. Dumbledore's brother. It's you who I've been seeing in here. You're the one who sent Dobby.
Where have you left him?
He's dead.
Left him in the
Sorry
ground.
to hear it. I like that, elf.
Who gave that to you? The mirror.
I'm not interested in what happened between you and your brother. I don't care that you've given up.
That's it.
I trusted the man I knew.
That's not
We need to
Harry's
get into the castle
business.
tonight.
Harry's business was his attachment to Dumbledore, and
You know what to do.
good for Harry to smack some sense into him, though.
She was devoted to him. He gave her everything. But time.
Thank you, Mr. Dumbledore.
I feel like there are like huge layers behind Aberforth's cynicism.
Did save up.
Carrows?
Yeah, brother and sister, in charge of discipline. They like punishment, the Carrows.
They did that to you? Why?
Shall we kick their asses? No one hurts Neville.
On first years. I refused. Hogwarts has changed.
Not for the better. Good on Neville. What was that laugh, did I see? Brilliant.
Get the word out to Remus and the others that Harry's back. Okay. It's not killing me for you know.
Remus, DA calling. Do you read? We have a new weather report. Lightning has struck. I repeat, lightning has struck.
What's the plan, Harry?
I love that. Lightning has struck. The eagle has landed.
Harry.
Oh.
Hi there.
And hi, Ron.
6 months you haven't seen me, and it's like I'm Frankie first year.
Lots of those up. There's only one, Harry.
Shut up. What is it, Ginny?
Snape knows. He knows that Harry was bossed in Hogsmeade.
Will be treated as equally guilty. Now then.
I don't like this. Snape.
If anyone here
And he has such a, like,
has any knowledge,
this is it, Alan Rickman had,
Mr. Potter's
like, he
movements
has such
this
a
evening.
very charming demeanor.
How dare you stand where he stood?
Oh!
Tell them how it happened that night. Tell them how you looked him in the eye. A man who trusted you and killed him. Tell them.
Holy shit.
Oh! McGonagall! Oh! Oh, come on! Boo! Boo this man! And cheer this incredible gal! Oh no.
I shall leave Hogwarts untouched. Give me Harry Potter, and you will be rewarded.
Straightening out to students.
Exactly where is it I'll be leading them to, Mom?
The dungeons would do.
Ooh!
I presume you have a reason for returning, Potter. What is it you need?
Time.
Hopefully,
Professor,
when
as much as you
Voldemort
can get me.
gets what he deserves,
Do what you have to
McGonagall
do.
should, like,
I'll
take
secure
over
the
Hogwarts.
castle. Potter. It's good to see you. As I recall, he has a particular proclivity for pyrotechnics. I can bring it down. That's the spirit. Before you go.
You do realise, of course.
Let's turn shit up to 11.
Who indefinitely.
That doesn't mean we can't delay him.
Mm-hmm. That's
And his
the
name
prerogative.
is Voldemort. Phileas, you might as well use it. He's going to try to kill you either way. Let us do your duty to our school. I've always wanted to use that spell.
I love how giddy she is. We love McGonagall so much. Please don't die.
Later.
Harry Potter! You listen to me right now! Don't you remember what Cho said about Rowena Ravenclaw's diadem? There's not a person alive who's seen it.
It's obvious,
but a
isn't
person who...
We have to talk to someone who's dead.
A ghost?
Yes.
Please.
That's right.
Luna is kind, unlike so many of the others.
Luna is a gem.
But she was wrong. I cannot help you.
But... Voldemort, he needs to die!
Begin.
No. How about all of you just drop dead? That sounds like a better idea.
You remind me of him a bit. It's here. In the castle. In the place where everything is hidden.
Wait.
You have to ask. You'll never know. If you know, you need only ask.
Where they hid the Half-Blood Prince thing?
Yeah. Me too.
Boys, I'm rooting for you. Come on. That shop needs the both of you. Got this, Ron.
Harry talks in his sleep. Have you noticed?
Oh!
Yeah? You and who's army?
Neville, please don't die, please. Come on, girl. Let's girl. They only got a bit drenched, so another one bites the dust. Woo! Yes! Oh, that's some nice visuals. Having some problems, Voldy? Oh no, Neville. Run. Neville? Yes! Oh my god, this is... Oh! Oh my god!
You knew it was me. You didn't say anything.
Someone's a bit conflicted. Don't listen to these dickheads. Oh! Oh, great.
That's my girlfriend, you numpty!
Oh, is Ron gonna come back the other way? He's doing a Han Solo. Oh boy.
Fight for them, Harry! I'm gonna kill you!
This might be a push for Draco to choose the right side. Well, there goes another. Voldemort, I think it's time to take out a healthcare plan. Times are getting tense for him.
To keep you safe.
I wonder. I don't know if a living object can be a Horcrux.
It's the snake. And she's still on.
The boy, before the night is out, he will come to me. Do you understand? Look at me.
Ooh, Lucy's got bitch slapped.
With yourself, Lucius. I don't know. Go and find Severus.
You can see, like, he is so pushed to intimidation levels at this point. Lucius. Oh my god. This is really, Oh, is that Lav? Oh! Oh my god, this is a really superb battle.
I am not its true master.
Nope.
The Elder Wand belongs to the wizard who killed its last owner.
Oh.
Faithful servant Severus. But only I can live forever.
Oh, is he gonna... No! Don't you dare! Snape! Oh no!
You have your mother's eyes.
Oh, Snape. Your allegiances might be clear, but you are one hell of a character. Oh, no. That's Fred, isn't it? No, 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 no. Not Tonks, not... I don't know who I'm sadder about losing, like Tonks or bloody Fred. That's just cruel. Aww.
Just like your father.
Don't say a word against my father.
Oh my god.
It spoke of a boy born at the end of July.
Yes, but he thinks it's her son. He intends to hunt them down now, to kill them. Hide her. Hide them all. I beg you.
What will you give me in exchange, Severus?
Oh, he cares for Lily so much.
Anything.
Harry, Dada loves you. Harry, be safe. Be strong.
Oh, poor Lily.
You said you were to keep her safe.
Lily and James put their faith in the wrong person, Severus. Rather like you.
It will spread, Albus.
How long?
Maybe a year.
Oh my god.
Don't ignore me, Severus. We both know Lord Voldemort has ordered the Malfoy boy to murder me. But should he...
So he was dying?
And should with snakes. There's a reason he can look into Lord Voldemort's mind.
Is Harry a Horcrux?
A part of Voldemort lives inside him.
So when the time comes, the boy must die?
If Voldemort is to die, he has to die.
Yes, he must die.
Oh, Snape.
Lily? After all this time?
Oh, my god.
Always. So when the time comes,
Wait,
the boy must die?
he cared so much for Lily that... Oh my god. Oh. So much came out of those 5 bloody minutes. So Harry has to die.
I've known for a while. And I think you have too.
I think the realization's dawning on her. Oh god.
I'll go with you.
No, kill the snake. Kill the snake and then it's just him.
I mean, he has... Oh, I can't... I don't know. I don't know how much I could take.
I'm ready to die.
Let me be brave.
The resurrection stone.
Wait, that was in... That was in the...
Does it hurt? Dying.
Quicker than falling asleep. You're nearly there, son.
I'm sorry. I never wanted any of you to die for me. Stay close to me.
Always.
Oh, what's this? Ah.
You can't help. Harry. You wonderful boy.
Dumbledore.
Brave, brave man. Let us walk.
Oh. He's dying now because the Horcrux has died.
Professor, what is that?
We're in King's Cross, you say? I think if you so desired...
It's metaphor, isn't it?
Board a train.
There we go. Board a train to life, or...
Where would it take me?
Just stick around.
On.
Stretching, but... I'm an emotional mess, so leave me alone.
Help will always be given at Hogwarts to those who deserve it.
I've missed his words of wisdom.
Do not pity the dead, Harry. Pity the living. And above all those who live without love.
Is this all real? Or is it just happening inside my head?
Of course it's happening inside your head, Harry.
I mean, your brain
What does
still
that
ticks
mean?
on after...
That it's not real.
That's it.
He's dead! No! No!
Jimmy.
Stupid girl.
Oh, shut up!
Harry Potter.
Fugly.
Dead. From this day forth, you put your faith in me.
Don't do it, buddy. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Ah, well done, Draco. Well done. And who might you be, young man?
Neville Longbottom.
I got a sword, I will...
Well, Neville, I'm sure we can find a place for you in our ranks.
I'd like to say something. People die every day. Friends. Family. Yeah. We lost Harry tonight. Didn't die in vain.
Neville! Neville Longbottom!
But you will. Because you're wrong. Harry's heart did beat for us. For all of us. It's not over.
Come on! Yes! Yes! Draco! Of course you're gonna bolt it. Nope, out of here. This might be your biggest mistake, Voldemort. Come on, Harry, come on!
Not my daughter, you bitch.
Oh, dearie me! Mrs. Weasley's a queen.
There's always to someone else. Come on, Tom. Let's finish this the way we started. Together.
Fuck! Jeez! Come on, Harry. Come on, buddy. Yes! You got this, Harry. Advantage is yours, buddy. For Tonks, you stupid piece of shit! Oh, that felt good. That felt good. Oh, I'm full.
Powerful wand in the world. With that, we'd be invincible.
Yeah, but as we've learnt in this franchise, invincibility isn't always... Oh, wow. That's one way.
Together.
Harry and Ginny. Oh. Oh wow, this is beautiful. Draco!
Would you say that I am?
Then Slytherin House will have gained a wonderful young wizard. But listen, if it really means that much to you, you can choose Gryffindor. The Sorting Hat takes your choice into account.
Really?
Really.
Or choose Hufflepuff. Just we could do with a Potter. Oh wow. Beautiful. What a beautiful ending. This is where they're gonna learn that Tom Riddle had a kid. Baldy Jr. There we go. That's all, folks. Well, you got Fantastic Beasts as well, but in terms of the main series, I don't think you could get any... I don't think you could get any better of a ending than that, because that was brilliant, especially the flash forwards. Harry and Ginny together got their own family, and I love how he's called. I'm curious on who the other kids are called, but I'm sure there's like a their names have been established and whatnot. So yeah, but Albus Severus Potter, brilliant. I can imagine one of them would be called Sirius after, yeah, or at least has one of their names in there, like maybe first name or a middle name. But I can imagine if he chose those two names as two of the headmasters who made who meant a great deal in his life. As one kid, he could have James Sirius Potter as, yeah, that might work, or Sirius James Potter. Either works because they were family. So yeah, that was. I honestly haven't been so pleased. Well, I don't know. I haven't been so pleased. I mean, if you exclude yesterday my perspective with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., seeing one of the main villains just get their comeuppance, I don't know if I've been so happy to see a main villain get what he deserves after what he's done. I hate him. Putting all that shit on Harry, having his people kill people like Tonks, Fred. I'm so glad, like, Luna and Hermione were okay, because we would have had words. It's wooden, so don't worry. But still, we would have had words. Oh, man. Okay, so like I said I was going to do my rankings for the Harry Potter franchise. And I know I said about waiting on this film because initially I wanted to merge the two films together because that's it. They're all one title. They're just split into two movies. In the books, like part 1 and part 2 are not split into parts. But the mediums of the mediums of the film and the books are going to be different anyway, so my rankings could be different in terms of the books if you want to think about it, because there's a lot more packed in with the books than the movies. And you never know, like one movie might do justice to the book. One book might do. You get the idea. It shouldn't. I don't think the title should be indicative of the film. Yeah. I don't think it's fair to split to merge Deathly Hallows, because they are in a sense still two movies, and I'm sure things will be a lot different in the books. So, with that said, I'll just put my placement for Deathly Hallows 2, because I've got a list. No, that's... Well, then again, oh well. So, my favourite film of the franchise, Prisoner of Azkaban. It was just structured so well. It was... it had me by surprise so much, and I just loved the way the movie flowed. Half-Blood Prince is my second favourite movie of the franchise, especially with Dumbledore's death. That really hit me so much, and just seeing more development with Malfoy was really, really good as well. As well as finding out more of Riddle's past and the Horcruxes. It was a really good journey. Deathly Hallows 2 is my third favourite, but I'll get into explaining my thoughts regarding this film afterwards. Goblet of Fire, I loved how different it was, especially with the tournament. It was just very, very good stuff, and of course Voldemort's return was intense, and it got you to grow attached to certain characters, like Cedric. Always our OG Hufflepuff. But yeah, it was really, really good. I was trying to think what else. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Order of the Phoenix is, funnily enough, my fifth favourite movie. 5 for 5. Got so much out of that in terms of aggression. But yeah, it was great. The final, I loved the, if anything, out of the whole movie. Actually, I'd say Order of the Phoenix is fourth and Goblet of Fire is fifth, because there were so many great moments from Sirius in that movie, and it hurt losing him. And then those final 10 minutes of action sequences with the Order of the Phoenix against the Death Eaters, then Voldemort versus Dumbledore, and then Harry's struggle. It was really, really well done, and it brought a lot of emotion. So I'd say Order of the Phoenix is fourth, and Goblet of Fire is fifth. I thought that brought that was a very, very enjoyable, in a sense, not so much emotionally, because Sirius and then Umbridge, but it was really enjoyable structured wise, and yeah, I really, really loved Order of the Phoenix. So 6 is Philosopher's Stone, great introduction to Harry Potter. It was very simplistic. To get you, it was laying out the foundations of Hogwarts, and did a very, very good job. With the misdirects, of course, with Snape. Chamber of Secrets, and then Deathly Hallows. Chamber of Secrets was really, really good stuff. Especially with the first bits of Tom Riddle, and yeah, that why do I say it that wrong? Basilisk. I'm just gonna call it that. That fight was really well done, and I'm glad. It's funny because I mistakenly thought it was CGI, but people corrected me saying, "Oh no, that was all practical," and I was very surprised because there was a lot of great fluidity of it. But yeah, Chamber of Secrets was pretty good. Lucius. Yeah, and then Deathly Hallows. Whereas it was definitely the slowest, and it began the journey of Harry and co finding the Horcruxes. It was a build up to the second part, so And it was still a very, very good movie. It still provided its bouts of tension, as Voldemort was on top of his game. It still brought a load of bouts of tension. So it was just the slowest of the films, and I felt like the other films carried a lot more, if you get what I mean. But no means was the first Deathly Hallows movie bad by anything. It was still good. It was just a lot more of the movies. The other movies, they carried a lot more, in my personal opinion. And that's not really. It's not really a bad thing. Like I said, it's not. Just because it's the least favorite doesn't mean I hated it or whatever. It just means that I did like the other movies more, so I still appreciate Deathly Hallows Part 1. And it was really good to go on this journey, like keep going on places, especially in terms of the Horcruxes, and learning about the Deathly Hallows as well, so... Yeah, I'm probably going to try and go off the cuff with this recap, because, I mean, where do I start? It was really good. I thought the battle sequences all across were just really mesmerizing. Visually, it just left your jaw dropping. And yeah, it did hurt losing Tonks. Oh my god, she's a very, very attractive character, and I think she's Hufflepuff as well. I think someone said in the comments she's Hufflepuff, and I'm like, yep, that gets my respect for her even further. I mean, don't get me wrong, seeing Lupin dead was pretty heartbreaking, but for some reason, despite the fact that I really loved his characterization in the third movie, I really loved Tonks more. Part of it might be to do with the fact that I'm attracted to her, but yeah, I just... It just sucked. It just sucked. And seeing Fred, oh my god, that broke my heart. Like, how could you get rid of one of the twins? I just worry about George, like, after this movie. That's my main question. Like, my main thought process is how was... I mean, obviously he was probably going through a bout of agony for, like, several weeks with the fact that he's no longer got his partner in crime. But I just, like, especially in the flash forwards, I just want to know what, like... Did he settle down with someone? Did he, like, name his child after Fred? So, yeah. It was really, really sad losing those characters. But I think what stung so much was Snape and his affection for Lily. I really, really... Like, it sucks seeing Snape get killed off, and, yeah, like I said, those hopes of him being a double agent was diminishing second by second, and he was loyal to Voldemort. But he had such affection for Lily that he wanted her spared, and, yeah. So much so that he was willing to work alongside Dumbledore to make sure that Lily would be protected, and yeah. And there is, like, I just really love the fact that... See, this is it. I feel like with Snape's character, he's this character that's in a morally grey zone. He has that affection, and he has protected Harry countless times, especially from the Dark Lord, in honor of Lily. he's still evil. He's still working. He's still happy to work alongside Voldemort, I guess. But there are layers to his characterization. He has such resentment for James because he envies the fact that Lily, well, not just the fact that Lily, I'm wondering though, in that flashback scene in, I think it was Order of the Phoenix, that, because I think James was a bit older in the flashbacks then, and I think he was a bit younger when him and Lily were connecting. So I'm wondering if James bullying him was as a result of James knowing that Snape, because you know how kids are like. Kids will tease people about, oh, you fancy this person, etc. So and given the antagonistic, I guess, Snape, I don't know, that seems like a harsh word, but I mean, he was bullying him. I feel like he found out that Snape had like a crush on Lily, and James mocked him for it. So especially if he had a crush on Lily, and yeah. But yeah, during those 5 minutes going into Snape's past, a lot came out. We know that we found out that Dumbledore was dying. So that was, yeah. That was quite something, wasn't it? With the with that revelation, because then again, he did act a bit weird in the Half-Blood Prince, and I think this was around Order of the Phoenix time. So I'm not sure if that has anything to do with that disease that was affecting Dumbledore. But as we learnt, he asked Snape to kill him if Draco failed to do so, which adds context to his plead. It wasn't anything to do with, okay, well, better you than Bellatrix, for example. It was to do with the fact that live through your promise that you will kill me when the time comes. So I really, really, like, this is it. A lot unfolded in that 5 minutes, and I was just like, because we also learnt that Harry was a Horcrux. And what I think, I don't know. I think there was a comment about, I think it was it Goblet of Fire or Order of the Phoenix? I'm sure there was a conversation that took place between Dumbledore and Harry about the fact that a part of Voldemort remains in you. I'm sure there was that conversation that took place. Otherwise, I'm going crazy. But I didn't think it would be that literal in terms, or literal, get it? Horcrux, phylactery, what do I keep mentioning? Anyways, yeah, I didn't think it was that literal in terms of a Horcrux, but yeah, and then Harry, oh boy, that scene where, in the flashbacks where Snape was holding Lily, ugh. See, this is it. Morally, I'd say he's in a grey position. He's not exactly evil to Voldemort's level. He does work with him, but he wanted Lily to stay alive. He was willing to work with Dumbledore. He was protecting Harry. Sure, it was in the sake of Lily, especially since with the fact that he had Lily's eyes, which has so much layers in regards to Snape's affection for her. But yeah, this was for Lily, and this is it. Like in any other aspect, Snape can be quite sketchy, because he does bully his students, and of course, with him being a Death Eater, so there are bad layers to Snape's character, but there's also good layers to Snape's character. So I really love that characterization from him and how that got explored in this film, because he's always been a confusing character in terms of where do you stand with him. we were quite skeptical from the first movie, of course, and then we were like apologetic when it found out that Quirrell was the guy that was trying to go after Harry, not yeah. And then, of course, it was found out that he was working with Voldemort, and yeah, it all became confusing because you wanted to know where do you stand, and I really liked that because there are good layers and bad layers to Snape. So, and I'm just thinking back to Sirius's comments. The world's not full of good and evil, and that's it with Snape. So, I don't think he fits on either criteria, if anything. So it might be a controversial take, but I mean, opinions are like noses. Everyone's got one, except Voldemort. So, anyways, yeah, I really loved exploring Snape's story. Really loved that confrontation between him and McGonagall. Holy shit! I gotta say, I loved her in this film. She was taking no shit whatsoever. So I just really loved McGonagall. She was an absolute queen. But I loved that standoff between Snape and McGonagall, how she was wiping the floor with him before he retreated, so brilliant stuff. It was also great going to visit Aberforth, Dumbledore, and exploring more of how Dumbledore can be a polarizing character, because there are certain aspects that are that he keeps discreet. He has his family have been impacted by Dumbledore's actions. So so I really like that Dumbledore, whilst he's a revered wizard, he has these cons about him. So yeah, and in a sense, I couldn't blame the cynicism from Aberforth, but it was great to see him in the final battle. Yeah, I honestly, I was also hoping a bit more from Draco, but they decided to bolt when they knew things were not going in the favor of the Death Eaters, and they didn't want to be on the wrong side of it. So, I guess props to them for choosing right, because Draco seems happy in his life 19 years later. So yeah, but honestly, I was kind of hoping that Draco would side with Harry and co, especially in that final standoff. So yeah, it was also great to learn about the wand as well, and how there was a lot of confusion, especially with Voldemort's side of things, because he thought that Snape killing Dumbledore, Snape would be the holder of the Elder Wand, the compatible one, because we saw the cracks, and I loved that visual where we saw the cracks on the Elder Wand, because it was really it was being a bit incompatible. So yeah, it was great seeing that muddle of confusion for the characters, because with it was revealed at the end that Harry was the one compatible after his encounter with Draco in the last movie, was it? Yeah. So it was really great to have that. Neville Longbottom. You know, you could take the crap out of him in the first movie. I'm sure people did. But you can't dismiss the bravery, the stature he had against Voldemort, against the Death Eaters. I mean, he was rubbing it in their faces and nearly got killed. But he had the bragging rights. Let him have that. He's been slapped around all this time, and he deserves this. So, yeah. And then that speech he made to Voldemort about how, yes, Harry might be dead, but we will still keep fighting. We won't subside to you just because you might have killed Harry. Because this is it. Hermione, Ron, Ginny, everyone, they were just left in shock and despair about Harry dying. And a character who gets slapped around, who many might see as a dork, he stood up against the Dark Lord, and it was glorious. It was just really, really glorious. Not just that, though, but he was also responsible for Voldemort's demise as well. So, big props to him. I just really loved that. But yeah, it was really good. Like I said, visually, it was really breathtaking. Like the visuals in the final battle, all across, really. Like, there was we had a look at the destroyed remains as battles going on with the giants, and we saw students and co dying, and it was just really well done, like visually. I was really impressed with the visuals, especially with Harry and Voldemort's final standoff. So I really, really liked that. And Harry, with the ghosts of those close to him, that was really good as well. It got very, very emotional. My face was literally hurting with tears. So it's been a rough 30 hours? Yeah, it's been a rough 30 hours. I bowled happily yesterday in terms of recording. In terms of recording, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.'s final ever episode was yesterday. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I was bawling with tears. And yeah, this got pretty emotional, especially with Snape's dedication to Lily and how he cared for her so much. With Harry, yeah, and confronting his mother, father, everyone. Oh, brilliant. And then we got the kiss as well with Hermione and Ron when they went to retrieve the I can't say it. Why? The snake's tooth. It's called that now. Don't care. Yeah, that kiss was great. I loved it. So, about damn time. Like it, yeah. And I really liked the twist that the snitch that Dumbledore left in his will to Harry contained the Resurrection Stone. It's funny because I think it was 10 minutes, 15 maybe before the Resurrection Stone popped out the snitch. I was thinking, wait, what about the Resurrection Stone? Because we obviously know about the Elder Wand and the invisibility cloak, but and then I forgot about it like 10 seconds later. Like, I was just so focused on what was happening. But there was a part of my brain that was like, what about the Resurrection Stone? We haven't gotten around to that yet. And there's a battle going on, so yeah. But overall, I thought this was a strong conclusion to the Harry Potter franchise. Honestly, it was really good. Like I said, I think this fits into my third favourite film, just with how emotional it got, how impressive the visuals were, and how this was a very strong conclusion to the franchise. So I really thought this was a really good conclusion, and yeah, the final battle was just well done, and there was some memorable, not just moments, of course, but quotes that came from this episode. The always bit got me. I think when just get on Twitter in a minute. I think when Alan Rickman died, that word was thrown around because I had a best friend who loved Harry Potter, but I wasn't informed on anything regarding Harry Potter, so no spoilers were ushered there. But I knew he loved Harry Potter, and it was around that time that Alan Rickman sadly passed away, and people were pouring in their tributes, and people kept saying always. So yeah, to see the context behind that was very very touching. But also it was great to have one final bout of Dumbledore's words of wisdom. In, I guess, purgatory, would I want to call it? It was like a replica of King's Cross, but you know, he was dead, but we knew he was coming back. So yeah, he was even given that choice, like you could come back or you can't. I can't force it on you. So yeah, yeah, I really loved this film. I thought it was a great conclusion. There were sad deaths, and it was a very hectic beginning as well. As with the fact that they went to Bellatrix's, they went to the vault, to get the first of the Horcruxes in this movie. And then we had that screw job by that stupid goblin. And then we had that brilliant sequence where the trio was riding a dragon. You can't get cooler than that. It was glorious. So, yeah. And it got very tense because you didn't know if Hermione was going to pull off the Bellatrix disguise. And thankfully, Ron with the save was Harry was the save. Ron was the save was the second time, but still, the save, like, their skins were saved by the skin of their teeth. So tense beginning, and the fight was bloody excellent. So I really loved how things were presented in this movie and how they wrapped things up really, really neatly. So yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else to say because, you know, you can't really say much in terms of storytelling narrative in terms of the battles, apart from how well done they are, I guess. And I thought like I said, the final battle with Harry and Voldemort, I thought was done well, and it didn't disappoint, which I'm glad, because you don't want your final battle to be disappointing. And I was right about my theory. It's just clicked to me that I was right about the theory that Harry would die, but not that Voldemort would. Well, Voldemort was always going to be the one that stands victorious. And I had a feeling that Voldemort was going to die. Otherwise, this would be a really, really tragic and macabre ending to the franchise, wouldn't it? Like, just imagine, Voldemort wins, roll credits! So, macabre ending, yeah. It would be unpredictable, but still, we want that happy ending, especially with the rate that these last few movies have ended. We want that happy ending. We want to get back on track to the first couple of movies, so not end on a downer, like, yeah. But as soon as I think you'll like with the Resurrection Stone, as soon as that was brought into accountability, I think that was concrete evidence that, okay, well, Harry has to die, but the Resurrection Stone, yeah. And the thing is, with him having all three components, with the invisibility cloak, the Elder Wand, and the Resurrection Stone, Master of Death. So, yeah, and the way that Voldemort just dissipated like the snap, like, yeah, it was, like I said, glorious. Screw you. So, yeah, I just really, really, enjoyed that. I thought this was a great movie. I thought this was, yeah, awesome stuff. So that was Harry Potter. That was it. And I thought I don't think we could have ended on a better note, to be fair. It was just well done. The battles were great, very intense, very emotional. There was a lot to take in at certain points, but I managed to get the gist of it. So it was just an adrenaline rush because you had all this coming at you, and it was like, and there were some really standout moments from certain characters, and I really loved how this film proceeded. So brilliant stuff. Well, with that said, I will see you guys next time. Like I said, Fantastic Beasts, I will do them. They will just be a bit more longer in terms of time scale than, because they're only a couple of movies. And like I said, I want to get back on the Patreon movie month thing. So yeah, but yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!